You look at a beach, you often think this is a natural phenomenon. That's always what I thought. But in fact, most beaches along the East Coast, especially beautiful, wide, expansive beaches, are not natural at all. These beaches have constantly been eroded by storms, and they are replenished in a process called beach renourishment. And these photographs here show the beach renourishment process. So what happens is you have a barge that goes offshore, that dredges, that digs up sand from the offshore area, and then projects it. In this case, they're just spraying it onto the shore face here. Sometimes it's piped up, like in this case, you can see these pipes where they just pump it up in a pipe and dump it up here. I think in this case, it looks like some of it's being sprayed, maybe some of it's being piped up. And then once it's delivered to the beach, it's then spread around with bulldozers. You can see those in here, and you can see tracks of bulldozers working up and down this beach. So many beaches are widened by this process, beach renourishment, over sometimes yearly. So like in Topsail Beach, North Carolina, North Topsail, we talked about that last week. The beach is renourished every year. In other places in the Outer Banks, like Duck, North Carolina, the beach renourishment is regular. Miami, not so regular, but it's really expensive. Myrtle Beach is very frequent, and Ocean City these are all locations where these beautiful beaches are renourished. In this case, you can see the attempts, I think this is Ocean City, attempts to hold the sand in place with these features that are called groins. We'll be talking about those later in the course. These things hold the beach in place and try to prevent it from being eroded by storms. But unfortunately, often storms just take the sand right away. And that's what has happened frequently in North Topsail Beach. Ocean City is a classic location where they spent millions of dollars and the beach was removed almost immediately by a very strong nor'easter. So the cost is terrific. The cost in Duck, North Carolina, $14 million to replenish the beach there. Myrtle Beach, $58 million. Miami, $64 million. Ocean City, $37 million. In fact, the U.S. has spent about $9 billion replenishing its beaches over the last number of decades. Obviously, the reason for this is tourism, tax dollars, so it clearly pays for itself, but it is not a natural process. And so when you go to a beach, remember that the sand was probably not there in a natural fashion. It's been built up from the offshore.